We are just east of the U.S. Capitol, about 8 miles or so, at the home of the Commanders, Northwest Stadium in Landover. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Detroit Lions and the Washington Commanders. Welcome to the booth. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. We are set for a good one. Off we go in the rain in Landover. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. First carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs. And this will be a Lions first down as he gets it to about the 34-yard line.
And this run game certainly didn't waste any time getting settled in. Nice job by the offensive line, displacing defenders at the point of attack, and allows the back to pick up a nice chunk to get this game rolling.
On first down, it's gone. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll be out of bounds as the first down completion nets about 3.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Goff. That's the third-round rookie pick, Isaac Taslam. A gain of 18 for number 18. And a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 4. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. It sets up 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
That is not going to do it. Trying to fight off a lot with that one. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless ball game.
And that's just a tough way to finish off what was a good opening drive. And obviously, as a kicker, you have to have a short memory. But you can bet he'll be thinking about that one the rest of the way.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Kirby Joseph there to make the play.
Across midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 5.
Cougar 19.
Right back to Krosky Miller. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. A gain there of 15. Good for a Commander's first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
19 more on that one, and another first down.
Another Washington
Ready?
first down.
Daniels with a give to Krosky Miller. And the Commanders are going to have first and goal coming up. He takes this down to about the 5.
More yards.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all.
Joseph on the stop.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits. What do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal?
Back to the 5-yard line now. Second down and goal.
Hey, let's go.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniel. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's so close to the goal line. Couldn't get that ball extended. They keep him out, and it sets up third and goal.
Let's go now. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniel. Under pressure, now he's going to go down. Back at the 8-yard line.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come. Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit, he does a great job here able to put that one through.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Goff to throw on first down. First, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Here's a handoff to Gibbs. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Lions first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
Complete to Jahmyr Gibbs. Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Second and 7. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. They face second down and 7. To throw is Goff. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
That is spot this inside the 25. It is a huge play for Detroit. 47 yards.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. A run up the middle. It's Gibbs. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is second and 13. Here's Goff. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
14.
From the gun, on third down, it's Goff. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Brandon Cooks with that pass. And it's going to lead to a fourth down. Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. This a 42-yard attempt. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Lions will tie the game at 3 apiece. So, field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. And that kick goes out of bounds right away, and that is a big mistake because that ball's going to be marked beyond the 40-yard line. Couple of first downs to start this drive. They're first and 10 up at the 42.
Here we go.
Now Daniels. Right side. That's made by McClure. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Ready?
And all right, here's Krosky Merritt. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second
Okay,
and 9.
ready?
Here now, second and 9 from the 39-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Daniel. Going left side, and it's taken in by Williams. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully.
Their own 10-yard line.
On first and 10, here's Goff. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. It's second down. Back to the air, it's Goff. That's right side and brought in by Williams.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
It's going to be third. They need 1. They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. And he's going to have a Lions first a gain of 6 on 3rd and 2.
Really nice play call there that time. I think early on the quarterback realized pretty quickly, Mike, this is a light box. We got to take advantage of it. They get the right run call dialed up, and they're able to move the chains.
On play action, Goff. Coming across the field, it's St. Brown. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. Goff's go-to guy, St. Brown, Amon-Ra, gives the Lions a first down.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Detroit.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Goff hooking up with his tight end, Laporta, and they give the Lions a first down.
First down. It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Lions first down.
They're going to run out of the gun with Gibbs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
We know from talking to these coaches this week, Mike, that they think they got themselves a steal. They got this young rookie maybe a little later in the draft than a lot of people expected. And I'll tell you what, they're not complaining. They think they've got themselves a starter and a star for a long time.
A 2nd down throw for Goff. Working free downfield. It is Williams. That one's good for 26 yards.
That's good.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this.
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Gibbs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
Good drive so far, but this is a big hurdle. It is 3rd and 10. He'll dump this out wide to Gibson. And he will score! Antonio Gibson. Touchdown, Lions. That is 1st touchdown this year. Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. And the operation looked to be fouled up there. This ball pushed wide to the right. It's no good. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This one taken at the 7. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready? Go.
To throw is Daniels. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket.
Look at him go! Still going! And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score! 80 yards! Touchdown, Washington!
I'm not sure how else to put it other than this is just a complete defensive breakdown. I mean, from where this ball was snapped, you simply have to just defend the end zone, and if they throw it short, come up and rally tackle. If they throw it in the end zone, high point the ball and knock it down. You cannot give up 6 points to end this half.
So it is a one-point game here at the half as we check in with Scott Hansen for our halftime report. Scott. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter 3 begins. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll throw with Daniels. Open right side is a Okonkwo. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
And boy, tough to bring down there. Fighting forward for a gain of 7.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
They finally track him down, but what a run as they'll mark it at the 10-yard line. A big play there for Washington. 45 yards. So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. On the give, this is Allen. He'll get a yard or 2 to the 8. 2nd and goal.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
At the 8-yard line.
Ready.
Throwing on 2nd down. Daniels. He pulls it in around the 5. And he'll take it on in. Jabari Preston-Merritt. Touchdown, Washington. The quarterback with all of his eligible receivers available uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when your running back, Mike, is a valid threat in the passing game, man, it just gives you so many options. And in this case, it was the running back that was the open target. He's able to put the pass on the money. Easy 6 points.
Commanders 17. Lions 9.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
27-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Goff. Quick slant taken in by Amon-Ra. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick 1st down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
Isaac Tesla was the intended target. And it'll bring up second down.
We go, come on! Play 20!
On the handoff, this is Gibbs. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Third and long. Tesla, the man in motion. From the gun, it's Goff. He's got his man. Right side, it's complete. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately his passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
On second down, Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They hook up again, second time on this drive, and this one's good for 18 yards and a first down. Now Gibbs. And he'll get forward for a couple. Nick Cross will bring him down.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
He's got Laporta open on the left side. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stomped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down.
When you're running a crossing route versus man coverage, you understand that there's going to be nobody waiting for you on the far side of the field. So if you can create separation on your man defender and separate away, there's a lot of...
And he's in! Amon-Ra, safe ground. Touchdown, Detroit.
Like we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. Wow, they are hitting now. It's been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on that return.
Ready up!
From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10.
Ready!
A run to begin the drive, and it's Krosky Merritt. Hunting very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Daniel. Swing this one out to White, and he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
And 9.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play. Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And that will hit and go out of bounds just on the other side of midfield.
At their own 46-yard line.
Off to throw on first down. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the game, and a quick first down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this third quarter of play. From the 29, here's second down and a yard. On to the fourth quarter, and it begins with a run by Gibbs. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense. How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Out of the shotgun. It's Goff. Over the middle. He's got St. Brown. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
From the gun, on third down, it's gone. That's a short one, caught by Laporta. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep.
And he will do it himself. He's in. Touchdown, Lions. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. Fake snap for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions will up the lead to 5.
Makes the score Lions 22. Commanders 17.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, trying to kick it back the other way. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Okay, ready? Deputies!
Start the drive with Browski Merritt. He'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
Seven Pirates! Let's go! Ready?
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. This one is complete inbounds, but not a whole lot out of it. Just gets back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
It's one of those times, Mike, where you're actually better off just throwing the ball away. And yes, it's nice to get that reception, but it really just results in a wasted down.
Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of one.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Quick throw there on the RPO is broken up. And no time to get the separation there. And the incompletion is going to bring up third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Throwing here is gone. He's got his man complete. That's to Slav. 15-yard pickup there. First down, Detroit.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense. You don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this second down play.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
Now Goff. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. He'll wind up getting enough to pick up the first down.
Fumble on the play.
And I feel like we see this so often, Mike, especially with how good these receivers are after the catch. They're so eager to pick up that extra yardage. Sometimes they don't completely put the ball away, and with how good these defenders are at knocking it loose, pretty fortunate on that one. His teammate was there to prevent that from being a turnover.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They hand it to Gibbs. That's a nice 2-minute warning. They'll use another timeout on this side of it at 1:55. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Once again, it's Gibbs. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. And now we'll get a timeout by the defense. So the clock stops with 1:50 left in the game. Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll drop to throw. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start. And this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field. But they've been highly efficient, and now they get another 1st down.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So a win for the visitors, the Lions. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way. Going to come away from here with a well-earned victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.